Hi friends, welcome to today's webinar on option buying versus option selling. We still have a few of our friends who are joining in the session. So we'll just wait a couple of minutes. Currently the time is 4:01. We'll just wait a minute or so and we'll start with the session immediately. Yeah, I think we could start with the session. तो आज का सेशन जो है एक इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक के ऊपर है दैट इज कंसिडरिंग आपको ऑप्शन बाइंग करना चाहिए या ऑप्शन सेलिंग करना चाहिए. मैं एग्जांपल्स के साथ कॉन्सेप्ट को एक्सप्लेन करूंगा इन अ वेरी सिंपल मैनर. आई हैव टेकन द रीसेंट एग्जांपल्स and we'll understand whether a trader should consider doing option buying or should consider doing option selling, and what are the benefits of each of them in terms of risk and reward. तो एग्जांपल्स के साथ अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे तो इट विल बी मच मोर सिंपल एंड इजी टू ग्रास्प. तो यही सारे कॉन्सेप्ट्स हम लोग आज कवर करने वाले. फ्रेमिंग योर व्यू ऑन द मार्केट, सबसे पहला और सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज जो है वो मार्केट का व्यू बनाना है. एंड इट इज द मोस्ट चैलेंजिंग ऑल्सो. इट इज ऐसा लगेगा कि व्यू तो बनाना है, अगर मार्केट ऊपर जाएगा या नीचे जाएगा उतना ही बनाना है, बट यू हैव टू टेक अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स इनटू कंसिडरेशन व्हेन यू आर डूइंग ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग. आपको डिसाइड करना है या फिर एनालाइज करना है कितना टाइम के अंदर वो मूवमेंट भी आ जाएगा, बिकॉज इट्स नॉट जस्ट अबाउट कैप्चरिंग द डायरेक्शन, इट्स कैप्चरिंग द डायरेक्शन विद इन द टाइम फ्रेम दैट यू हैव. क्योंकि अभी जो वीकली ऑप्शंस है उसमें जो आप अगर कोई भी ट्रेड कर रहा है वीकली ऑप्शंस में, ही वुड बी फेमिलियर दैट आपको एक लिमिटेड टाइम फ्रेम के अंदर आपका व्यू सही बैठना चाहिए, वरना ऑप्शन प्रीमियम बहुत फास्ट आजकल इरोड हो रहा है. so there should be momentum, there should be within the right time frame, you should get your view right. उसके अलावा डिसाइड करेंगे आपको ऑप्शंस बाई करना है या सेल करना है. एंड लास्ट में हम लोग कवर करेंगे, इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग नेकेड बाइंग एंड सेलिंग ऑफ ऑप्शंस, आप कैसे इन अ स्प्रेड मैनर आप स्ट्रेटजीज बिठा सकते हो ऑप्शंस में, एंड हाउ टू रिड्यूस द कॉस्ट ऑफ द ट्रांजैक्शन व्हेन यू डू हेज ट्रेड्स. सो मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, तो जो है सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट जो मैं बार बार कहता हूँ एंड जो सबसे चैलेंजिंग चीज़ है वो है मार्केट के ऊपर व्यू बनाना. सी देर आर डिफरेंट वेज वेर इन ट्रेडर्स फॉर्म अ व्यू ऑन द मार्केट. The most common method that everyone makes use of is looking at the chart. So what we do is we also look at the charts plus we analyze the derivative data. It acts as an additional confirmation tool. ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है which will give you 100% confirmation that a particular trend or direction or the market movement will happen in that direction itself. But all we are doing is trading in probabilities. तो probabilities के साथ हम लोग ट्रेड कर रहे हैं, and we are expecting or predicting where the markets could move in a certain period of time. So if you make use of charts along with the derivative data, your confidence level improves a bit while taking a position in the market. Once you have analyzed the data or charts analyze करने के बाद, the next thing you do is decide upon which strategy you will implement in the market. आपको ऑप्शन बाइंग करना है, आपको हेज्ड मैनर में ट्रेड लेना है, आपको फ्यूचर्स में पोजीशन लेना है, कैश में पोजीशन लेना है. That is the implementation or the strategy part of it once you have formed a good clean view of the market. So today's session is more regarding the strategy part and how you should consider whether in what environments you should consider option buying and in what scenarios can you consider do option selling. तो कमिंग फर्स्ट टू ऑप्शन सी फ्यूचर्स, देर आर इन डेरिवेटिव्स में दो प्रोडक्ट्स है। एक है विच इज ट्रेडेड इन आर मार्केट्स, देर आर अदर प्रोडक्ट्स इन डेरिवेटिव्स एज वेल, बट वो सारे प्रोडक्ट्स हमारे मार्केट्स में ट्रेड नहीं होते, जैसे कि स्वैप्स and all those products. But the most common products which are traded in our markets are options and futures. फ्यूचर्स तो एक एकदम सिंपल प्रोडक्ट है, वेरिन आपको लग रहा है तेजी है तो आपको लॉन्ग फ्यूचर पोजीशन बिल्डअप करना है, and if you have a bearish view on the market, you will build a short position in the futures segment. Now coming to options, which is the main topic of today's session. तो ये जो ग्राफ है, जो जो डायग्राम है, दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट वन टू अंडरस्टैंड फॉर एनीवन हु इज ट्रेडिंग। जो अभी भी ऑप्शंस ट्रेड भी करने चालू किया है, you should have a good understanding of this particular diagram. So I'll just explain it in a very simple manner. There are two main legs. One is buying up, one is either trading in the call option side or trading on the put option side. So let us understand call options. So now currently the markets are trading at levels of 22,550, 22,600 levels. So anyone who has a view that agle towards, now we have only 1 day left for the Feb expiry. See, since tomorrow is a holiday for us, we just have 1 day left for expiry. So there are a few traders who are expecting कि market काफी गिर चुका है and there could be a short covering rally in the market, or any view based on your view, based on your study of the market. There will be few traders who believe that the markets can rebound on the upside. So if your view is on the positive side, आपको लग रहा है कि ये लेवल से मार्केट में एक बाउंस आ सकता है, then you would consider to take a position on the call side. For every buyer of a call option, there is another counterparty who sells the call option. So we'll go into examples of each one of them, so the concept is more clear. But I just wanted to highlight over here that for every trade that is taken, that takes place, there is a counterparty who does the exact opposite. So if you have a bullish view, there will be a person who has a slight bearish view on the market and would take the counter trade. So if you see, for the particular trade, that is the counterparty remains the same. Likewise, अगर आप put option ले रहे हो, if you have a bearish view, आपको लग रहा है कि the selling pressure is going to continue in the current series, and the markets can still continue or move on the downside, then you would buy a put option, expecting the trend to continue on the downside. Likewise, for every put option buyer, there is a counterparty, that is a person who sells the put option. So these are the four most important legs of the trade. There is a person who buys a call option if he has a bullish view on the market. Uska exact opposite is a call option seller who feels that the markets can remain sideways or trend on the downside. Likewise, if you have a bearish view on the market, you would consider to buy a put option. For if you are buying a put option, there will be a counterparty to the trade जिसका व्यू तेजी की तरफ रहेगा, and that is why he considers to sell the put option. Once we take the examples with the current market levels, it will be easier to understand. So this is the current chart structure wherein the markets are under a bit of selling pressure. On 27th of September, markets hit a all-time high, that is 26,277, and उसके बाद लगातार मार्केट में सेलिंग आ रहा है. But there are traders who believe, now first we'll understand call options. See, call options and selling put options, the view of both these traders, buying a call option and selling a put option, the view of both these traders is on the positive side. Buying a call option is a more aggressive strategy wherein you expect the markets to immediately rebound on the upside. Selling a put option is a less aggressive strategy. Even if the markets remain sideways or gradually inch up, you will end up making money. Now you will ask, why would anyone go to buy a call option when the chart structure is looking like this? See, there are 2-3 reasons. Tomorrow, on Thursday, we have the expiry. There will be traders who have analyzed the data and feel that there could be a bounce or a recovery. It's tough to predict looking at the current price action whether recovery will come or no. Chart structure is not indicating much at the current juncture. But if any positive surprise comes and the markets witness a positive pullback in Thursday's trading session, the next slide is very important for us. See, this particular thing states that if you see the FII positions, the green color line on the downside is the FII positions in the futures segment, wherein they have created the highest short positions in the last 10 years in the futures side in Nifty. So if you multiply, almost 2 lakh contracts are short, and you multiply it by 75, the current new lot size of Nifty, that comes to quite a lot of shares which are on the short side. So I'm not saying just because there are short positions, a recovery will come. But by chance, if a pullback comes in trade on Thursday, and short covering, even if a small amount of short covering comes, we could see a recovery in the markets in trade on Thursday. So traders who have this particular view can consider to buy a call option, expecting a rebound in trade on Thursday. If the price action should confirm that, and once the price action confirms a positive move on the upside, then short covering will take place. It's not the other way around, that short covering will happen and then the price moves. It's generally everyone follows the price action, and that has the highest weightage. तो अगर आप करंट जंक्चर पे देखोगे, there is quite a few large short positions built up, and the FIs are expecting that the trend to remain on the negative side as well in the current series. So there are traders who generally take contra views as well. So this is one data point where they may be looking out for some action of positivity. So I just wanted to highlight with an example. See, when you are buying options, अगर आप call option buy कर रहे हो या put option buy कर रहे हो, the most common friend of yours is actual movement in the market. I'll explain with a very good example that if you had bought a put option on Friday and you held it till today, still you would have not made money, even if you bought the at the money put option, because even though there was a sharp correction which was seen in trade on Monday, post that in the last 2 days the markets have not gone anywhere, and option premium tends to erode at a very fast speed. So that is why अगर आप call option buy कर रहे हो या put option buy कर रहे हो, always trade options with a stop loss. You should have very good momentum in the market. जब भी markets में momentum है, that's the time when you should be actively trading in the options. And whenever the markets go into a sideways consolidation like the last 2 days, you should definitely reduce your exposure and reduce your aggressiveness while taking trades. So even if you have seen in the last 2 trading sessions, we also from our side have not attempted much, and because it's been absolutely range bound, it's just the first half an hour where there is about 50-60 point movement in the market, and post that the index goes into a sideways consolidation. This has happened for the last 2 trading sessions. Monday we witnessed almost 150 point gap down opening, but उसके बाद इंडेक्स में कोई मूवमेंट ही नहीं आया. It's just that level itself the index was trading. So I'll just explain it. I'll explain it more clearly where the picture of option sellers come into picture. I just wanted to highlight that this was a classic case wherein call option sellers made a very good killing in the market. But before that, let's move on to quickly to call option buying. So if you are of the view that there could be a recovery in the next few trading sessions, you would be considering to buy the call option. So the 22,000 markets are closer towards 22,560. Nifty का अगर आप level देखोगे spot में, the level is 22,560, and the strike price you could have considered to buy 22,500 call option, which is a slightly in the money call option. I'm just explaining the cost of the transaction, what a trader has to pay, what is his view. First, we have to understand these type things before moving forward. The basic concepts have to be clear. It's not a session where I'm recommending to buy a call option or a put option. I'm just suggesting the various products in a very clean manner, so that any trader, when the right opportunity arises, is in the best possible frame of knowledge to take the position in the market. So the premium is charged for buying call options. When you sell options, you receive the premium. When you buy a option, that is either a call or option or a put option, you have to pay the premium. Currently अगर आप देखोगे option premiums are quite cheap. If you take the historical option premiums, the markets अगर आप देखोगे 22,600 का 22,250 22,550 का call option, they are quite cheap currently in the market. That's because the markets have been absolutely range bound in the last few trading sessions, and traders are not expecting any major movement in the market. But you never know what actually happens on the expiry day. At present, if you see, the option premiums are quite cheap compared to historical option premiums. So if you want to take a position on the positive side, that is buying a call option, you will have to pay 120 into 75, जो निफ्टी का एक लॉट साइज है. जो भी इंडेक्स में आप ट्रेड कर रहे हो, आपको इंडेक्स का लॉट साइज मालूम रहना चाहिए. As well as when you're trading in stock options, you should know the lot size of the particular underlying. तो निफ्टी का जो लॉट साइज है दैट इज 75. तो इफ योर ऑप्शन प्राइस मूव्स इवन बाय 1 rupee on the positive side, you will be making 75 rupees. If it moves 10 points in your favor, आपने suppose 120 पे 22,500 call option buy किया and the option premium moves to 130 on the upside, so 10 into 75, that is 750, will be your profit. So you have to calculate your profit and loss in terms of option lot size. So that is the basic understanding of buying a call option. When you buy an option and if you hold it till expiry, अगर आप इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हो, आपका पूरा का पूरा फोकस जो है वो ऑप्शन के प्रीमियम पे रहेगा. लेकिन अगर आप पोजिशनल ऑप्शन ट्रेडिंग कर रहे हो, देन यू शुड ऑल्सो नो द कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट. आपको मालूम रहना चाहिए कौन से पॉइंट पे अगर where the index closes in terms of the strike price that you have selected. So since we have selected 22,500 call option, which has an option premium of 120, our break even point will be 22,620. तो इंडेक्स अगर 22,620 के ऊपर बंद देगा, that's the time we'll actually be making profit in this particular trade. तो अगर if there is a decent amount of rebound in the market which is seen in the next trade, that is on Thursday's trading session, and Nifty moves from 22,550 22,600 towards 22,800 on the upside, then we'll be making decent amount of profit in this particular trade. Likewise, there is a counterparty who does not want the markets to move on the upside, that is the call option seller. उसका व्यू है कि मार्केट्स इसी लेवल पे रह सकते हैं या फिर नीचे जा सकता है, and that is why he has sold the call option. The maximum profit that an option seller makes is the premium that he receives. उसको जो प्रीमियम मिलेगा वो स्टार्ट में ही मिलेगा, उसके बाद there is no change in his profit and loss statement. A loss he can have significant, but his profit is capped maximum to the option premium that he receives. So I will explain why in the future slides. I'll explain कि अगर profit limited है और loss unlimited है, then why do people go towards option selling in terms of trading in the option segment. So I hope everyone understands that if your view is on the positive side, either you will buy a call option or you will sell a put option. So selling a put option is the other part of it. You have the same view, आपका view तेजी की तरफ ही है, आपको लग रहा है कि markets currently oversold है and there could be a rebound in the market in trade, and you expect कि Nifty 22,500 के ऊपर ही बंद देगा. So that is why you sell the 22,500 put option expecting to pocket the premium. So the option premiums जैसे कि मैंने कहा था काफी कम है at present. Otherwise when the markets are almost trading at 22,560 580 levels with 1 day to go, I mean almost 2 days to go, there was no hardly any change in option premium. It was extremely on the lower side. तो अभी भी 22,500 का put option जो है उसका value 30 rupees है. So you would not make much from this trade, but I'm just highlighting that there are still people, traders who would go out and sell the 22,500 put option trying to pocket this particular premium. So 30 into 75 ये आपका मैक्सिमम प्रॉफिट है ये पर्टिकुलर ट्रेड में. अगर आपने 22,500 का पुट ऑप्शन बेचा and if the markets remain above this particular level at the time of expiry. सो सेल पुट ऑप्शन, अगर आपका व्यू तेजी की तरफ है एंड इफ यू एक्सपेक्ट द मार्केट्स टू रिमेन अबाउ द पर्टिकुलर स्ट्राइक प्राइस, और इवन इफ यू एक्सपेक्ट, लग रहा है आपको साइडवेज कंसोलिडेशन हो सकता है इंडेक्स में, जैसे कि लास्ट 2 दिन से इंडेक्स में एक साइडवेज कंसोलिडेशन हो रहा है, दैट इज ऑल्सो एन टाइम व्हेन ट्रेडर्स कंसिडर टू सेल दी ऑप्शंस, ईदर अ कॉल ऑप्शन और अ पुट ऑप्शन, या फिर दोनों कॉल पुट बेचने का भी स्ट्रेटेजीज रहते हैं विच ट्रेडर्स कंसिडर in the current market environment. But I just wanted to highlight कि अभी based on the new rules and regulations of SEBI, the margin requirements to sell options have become quite high, especially expiry week में. पहले जो कॉस्ट आपको लग रहा था लगभग 70-80,000, that has gone up significantly towards 1,90,95,000. This is the figure, approx figure for selling of options. It is more or less similar to futures. जब भी आप कॉन्ट्रैक्ट शॉर्ट कर रहे हो लॉन्ग फॉर, देयर इज अ मार्जिन अमाउंट विच इज टेकन, and SEBI wants to tighten the rules, because previously there was excessive trading which was going on in the option segment. They want to curb on this particular limit, and that is why the margin amounts as well as the lot size for Nifty has been revised in the last few months. Now coming to the second part of the trade. So the first part was understanding buying call options, selling of a call option, then the put option part as well. In this part also I'll be explaining the bearish part. अगर आपको मंदी लग रहा है मार्केट में, what are the trades that you can consider, and what is the premium that we'll receive, what is the cost for doing these transactions, is what I'm explaining in this particular part of the session. तो अगर आप क्लियरली चार्ट पे देख सकते हो, द ट्रेंड इज बीन ऑन द नेगेटिव साइड, बट आई वांट टू हाईलाइट वन वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग. सी, for a lot of traders you will think that if you had purchased a put option on Friday, you would make money, because the charts are clearly showing negativity. I'll just explain this particular example. Why, if you are buying option, अगर आप options buy कर रहे हो, call option या put option, it does not matter, बट देर शुड बी वेरी गुड मोमेंटम इन द मार्केट. मतलब आप ऑप्शन बाय करने के बाद आपके डायरेक्शन में अच्छा खासा मोमेंटम रहना चाहिए. सो लेट अस टेक दिस पर्टिकुलर एग्जांपल. आई विल एक्सप्लेन इट and I'll show you why that even if you get your view right, and if there is no momentum in the market, you will still end up making losses. तो अगर फ्राइडे को किसी ने पुट ऑप्शन बाय किया रहता, दैट इज मार्केट चल रहा था 22,795 पे, that is the close on Friday of Nifty. So suppose anyone bought the 22,600 put option on Friday. तो the trade was very good. You can see that ये लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे जो है, जो चार्ट, पहला जो चार्ट है वो पुट ऑप्शन का है, एंड जो राइट हैंड साइड पे है वो कॉल ऑप्शन का चार्ट है. सो आई जस्ट वांटेड टू हाईलाइट, दोनों चार्ट में आपको क्लियरली लग रहा है कि ऑप्शन प्रीमियम डीके हुआ है. So I will explain to you why the second trade was a better trade and the first trade, if you are lucky, you are able to get out, then it's good. See, I'll just explain it in simple manner. Friday को निफ्टी का क्लोज था 22,795 स्पॉट में. On Monday the markets opened almost 150 points lower. तो जो ऑप्शन का प्रीमियम था, it was at around 130, 22,600 का कॉल ऑप्शन, आई मीन पुट ऑप्शन. जब भी मार्केट खुला मंडे को, देयर वाज अ सडन स्पाइक and the option premium must have moved towards about on the upside towards 130 levels, but I mean from 130 it moved closer towards 190 levels. But post that last 2 दिन में गैप डाउन होने के बावजूद the option premiums have gradually deteriorated, and अगर आपके पास 22,000 का पुट ऑप्शन रहता तो अभी वो कॉस्ट प्राइस से भी नीचे आ चुका है. That is the type of deterioration which has happened in the option premium, even though your view has gone right. So post buying your option, you should trade. Currently the market has become such that it should be quick entries and quick exits, because timing the market over a long period of time has definitely become challenging. So if you had purchased the put option and if you had exited early in trade on Monday morning, then you would have been on the profitable side. But if you held on to your position till expiry, even though your view was right, the index is still about 150 points lower. Nifty अभी भी 22,795 से ऑलमोस्ट 150 200 पॉइंट्स नीचे, फिर भी ऑप्शन प्रीमियम में एक सडन डिटोरिएशन देखा गया है बिकॉज on Friday itself the premiums were quite elevated, and if there is no movement post the opening, then the option premiums tend to deteriorate, and that is what which has happened in the last two trading sessions. So if you had a bearish view on the market and instead of buying a put option, अगर आपने call option sell किया रहता, you would have definitely been on the profitable side, because in two scenarios you end up making money when you sell options. I'll explain it with probability. एक और slide है मेरे पास which will explain the probability of different trades. But in this particular slide, I want to highlight that if you were a call option seller, which is the right hand side chart, you would have ended up making money, because even though the markets post the gap down opening on Monday did not move lower, but it was in a sideways range, just about 120, 130 points on Monday. And today it was even less, within a 100-point range the entire day. Nifty traded in. So whenever the markets go into a sideways consolidation, and if you have sold options, you tend to make a decent amount of profit, and that is what has happened in the last two trading sessions. So the right hand side trade, traders would have made money. The left hand side trade, even though your view was correct, आपको लग रहा था कि मार्केट में फर्दर मंदी हो सकता है, still if you had bought a put option, you would not have made significant money. That's because of the last two trading sessions in the market. Just quickly brushing up on the concept of what is the contract value, what is the option premium. These things are very very important to understand. आपको clear understanding रहना चाहिए प्रीमियम के बारे में, लॉट साइज के बारे में, कौन से डेट पे एक्सपायरी होता है, आप वीकली एक्सपायरी पे ट्रेड कर रहे हो या मंथली एक्सपायरी में ट्रेड कर रहे हो, ये सब चीज आपको क्लीन आपके दिमाग में रहना चाहिए. देयर शुड बी नो कंफ्यूजन, बिकॉज इवन इफ यू आर ट्रेडिंग इन दी वीकली एक्सपायरीज, आपको मालूम रहना चाहिए कि जो सेटलमेंट जो एक्चुअल होता है, अगर आपने एक्सपायरी तक आपका पोजीशन होल्ड किया है, so then you should know that the settlement which takes place, that takes place based on the spot price and not on the future price. आपको फ्यूचर के प्राइस से कंपेयर नहीं करना है बेस्ड ऑन whether you are making profit or not. So that settlement which happens, or checking whether the particular strike price you have purchased will end up making money or not, depends on the spot value and not on the futures value. Futures value is important in terms of option का जो movement जो होता है, option price movement, that happens based on the future value. But the actual settlement of the option, whether the particular trade is making profit or making loss, that settlement which happens, that is based on the spot price. The break even concept once again comes into picture. जैसे कि मैंने कॉल ऑप्शन में एक्सप्लेन किया था, अगर आपने कॉल ऑप्शन बाय किया है, द ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट, दैट इज इफ यू आर होल्डिंग द ऑप्शन टिल एक्सपायरी, इफ यू आर जस्ट डूइंग इंट्राडे ट्रेडिंग या शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग, आपका पूरा फोकस ऑप्शन प्रीमियम पे रहेगा. अगर वो प्रॉफिट में जाता है तो आप कभी भी ट्रेड को क्लोज कर सकते हो. यू आर नॉट फोकस्ड much on the expiry part of it or the break even concept. But अगर आप पोजीशन एक्सपायरी तक होल्ड करने का सोच रहे हो, then you should understand the concept of break even point. And for put options, the break even point is the strike price minus the option premium. For call options it is the strike price plus the option premium. तो ये पर्टिकुलर केस में हमने 22,500 का पुट ऑप्शन लिया है, or if you take 22,600 put option, it depends which strike price you select, minus the cost of the particular trade. So 22,600 का put option का price मान लो 50 rupees है, that is the option premium. Then 22,600 minus 50, that is 22,550 आपका break even point रहेगा. Likewise, the counterparty to the trade, that is a person who sells the put option, जिसका व्यू तेजी की तरफ है, he will pocket that particular premium. जो आप प्रीमियम भर रहे हो पुट ऑप्शन लेने के लिए, दैट विल बी पॉकेटेड बाय द पर्सन हु सेल्स द पुट ऑप्शन। तो उसका एग्जैक्ट ऑपोजिट व्यू रहता है मार्केट का। ही हैज अ व्यू दैट द इंडेक्स कैन ग्रेजुअली मूव ऑन द अपसाइड और एटलीस्ट रिमेन साइडवेज in the next few trading sessions, and that is why he sells the put option. The other part of the trade is selling the call option, jo which I had highlighted was a very profitable trade, taking the last 2 days into consideration. तो जिसने भी call option sell किया last 2-3 दिनों में, he has made decent amount of money in the market, because there was significant deterioration of the option premium. तो भले ही एक फर्दर फॉलो सेल अप नहीं हुआ मार्केट्स में, द मार्केट्स वेंट इनटू अ साइडवेज कंसोलिडेशन व्हिच वाज एक्सट्रीमली बेनिफिशियल फॉर द ऑप्शन सेलर. So I hope everyone understands that for an option call option buyer, the profitable scenario, I'll explain it in the next slide as well. So I'll take the next slide itself and there I'll explain it. So this is the particular slide which is very important to understand for anyone who's trading in the option segment. तो अगर आपने कॉल ऑप्शन बाय किया है, देर इज 33% चांस इफ यू बाय एन ऑप्शन, अगर आपने कॉल ऑप्शन बाय किया या पुट ऑप्शन बाय किया, द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ मेकिंग मनी इज 33%. द रीजन फॉर दिस इज मार्केट्स में 3 टाइप के इवेंट हो सकते हैं एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम. देर आर ओनली 3 आउटकम्स विच कैन हैपन इन द मार्केट. One is the markets can move on the upside, one is the markets can move on the downside, and the other is the markets can witness a sideways consolidation. ये तीन ही इवेंट हो सकते हैं कभी भी मार्केट में. For an option buyer, you will make money only when there is momentum in the market. आप ऑप्शन खरीदने के बाद मार्केट में मोमेंटम रहेगा तभी आप पैसा बना सकते हो. तो अगर आपने कॉल ऑप्शन बाय किया है, you will be making money only when the index moves on the upside. अगर इंडेक्स साइडवेज रहा या फिर इंडेक्स नीचे जाता है, you will end up making losses. So the probability of success for an option buyer is 33%. Likewise, अगर आपने put option भी buy किया है, the probability of success is once again 33%. अगर इंडेक्स साइडवेज रहा या फिर इंडेक्स ऊपर की तरफ जाता है, you will end up making losses. आपको प्रॉफिट कभी आएगा अगर आपने पुट ऑप्शन बाय किया है, इज ओनली व्हेन द मार्केट्स विटनेस अ कंटिन्यूएशन ऑफ द सेल ऑफ ऑन द डाउनसाइड. एंड द थर्ड इवेंट इन द मार्केट इज अ साइडवेज कंसोलिडेशन. तो इसमें जिसने भी ऑप्शन सेल किया है, द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सक्सेस फॉर एन ऑप्शन सेलर इज 66%. द प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सक्सेस फॉर एन ऑप्शन बायर इज 33%. तो अभी सब जन सोच रहे रहेंगे कि इट इज ऑलवेज बेटर टू बी एन ऑप्शन सेलर कंपेयर टू एन ऑप्शन बायर. बट नाउ टेक द केस ऑफ फ्राइडे. तो फ्राइडे को किसी ने अगर पुट ऑप्शन बेचा रहेगा समथिंग एट 120-130 रुपीज, एंड डायरेक्टली देयर इज अ 200-300 पॉइंट गैप डाउन ओपनिंग इन द मार्केट, directly the option premium will shoot up without giving you an opportunity to adjust your position. So directly 120-130 से सीधा 190-200 तक ये जा सकता है, and that is the major risk for option sellers. और जिसने भी ट्रेडिंग की है लास्ट एक साल में मार्केट में, he would have clearly noticed that बीच बीच में एक बड़े बड़े स्पाइक्स आते हैं इंडेक्स में, and that is also a very big risk for an option seller. तो सडनली 230-245 को जब इंडेक्स एकदम साइडवेज है, suddenly a 100-200 point movement will come in the index and you will feel that you are about to make money, but at the last moment in panic you may square off your position. एक movement आ सकता है और उसके बाद वापस वो fizzle out हो सकता है. No one knows whether the trend will continue or it will again come back to the mean position, but at that point you will have to definitely react and take a decision whether to close the position or not, because the losses can be significantly high if you just leave your position that way. So the risk part is significantly higher for option seller. For option buyers the probability is less, but if you match it out, अगर आप दोनों चीज को कंपेयर करोगे, so it is an evenly matched game between the option buyer and the option seller. There is no one clean method जिससे आपको पता रहेगा कि आपको ऑप्शन बाइंग करना चाहिए, ऑप्शन सेलिंग करना चाहिए. अलग अलग मार्केट एनवायरमेंट्स में आपको डिसीजन लेना पड़ेगा. जैसे कि लास्ट 2 दिन में अगर आप ऑप्शन सेलर रहते, द चांसेस ऑफ मेकिंग प्रॉफिट आर सिग्निफिकेंटली हायर कंपेयर टू अदर ट्रेडिंग डेज। बिकॉज अगर आप देखोगे लास्ट 2 दिन में इंडेक्स एक 200 पॉइंट के अंदर ही ट्रेड हो रहा है लास्ट 2 दिन में, गैप अप होने के बाद भी there is no major movement has been seen in the index. So I hope everyone is able to grasp this particular slide, because इससे clean पता चलता है कि the probability of success is better for option sellers, but the risk also is significantly higher. So this is just a summary of the same thing. अगर आप कॉल ऑप्शन बायर हो तो आपका प्रोबेबिलिटी ऑफ सक्सेस 33% है। आप पैसा बनाते हो जब भी मार्केट्स में एक तेजी आता है या फिर एक मार्केट में एक अपसाइड पुल बैक आता है। The case of put option buyer is also the same. Probability of success is 33%. You make money when there is a correction on the downside. Likewise, अगर आप ऑप्शन सेलर हो तो the probability of success is much higher, that is 66%. अगर आप कॉल ऑप्शन सेलर भी हो या पुट ऑप्शन सेलर, probability of success काफी हाई है compared to option buying. Now coming to the other part of the trade, that is multi-leg hedging strategies. See, if you are doing naked option buying and selling, there is a significant risk associated with it. क्योंकि जैसे कि मैंने एक्सप्लेन किया था, 5 डे का ट्रेडिंग सेशन जैसे एक और ट्रेडिंग सेशन आ जाता है जिसमें 200-300 पॉइंट का गैप अप या गैप डाउन आ जाता है, देन द रिस्क इज सिग्निफिकेंट फॉर ऑप्शन सेलर्स। एंड अगर आप ऑप्शन बायर भी हो एंड इफ यू डू इट इन एन अनहेज्ड मैनर, तो आपका लॉस सिग्निफिकेंट हो सकता है। जैसे कि अगर लास्ट 2 दिन का ट्रेड्स देखें, इफ एनीवन इज डूइंग ट्रेड पोजिशनली, आई एम सेइंग, सी इंट्राडे में फिर भी आप immediately, if you are in front of the screen, you can always close out your position. But if you are doing positional trades and you carry forward to the next trading day, and if it is an absolute sideways type of consolidation, then you will end up losing money in the market. So in such scenarios, especially if you want to carry forward your trade, it is better to do hedge trades, wherein suppose instead of buying naked call option, what you do is you buy the at the money call option and you sell. That is one type of spread trade. You buy at the money call option and you sell a slightly out of the money call option. That is a bull call spread. That is a debit strategy जिसमें आपको फिर भी पैसा देना पड़ता है. The other type is a credit bull spread strategy जिसमें आपको प्रीमियम रिसीव होता है. In this particular trade, what you do is you sell at the money put option or slightly out of the money put option, and in order to hedge that particular trade, you buy one more put option. You will be selling the one strike price and you will be buying a slightly out of the money put option. So taking the current levels for the market, this particular trade, how it works out is you sell 22,500 put option or 22,450 put option, and to hedge the particular trade you will be buying 22,300 or 22,350 put option as well. तो अगर मार्केट में एक पुल बैक आता है अपर डायरेक्शन पे, यू विल बी पॉकेटिंग दी प्रीमियम जो आपको रिसीव हो जाएगा स्टार्ट में. सो दैट इज अनदर मेथड ऑफ ट्रेडिंग. इंस्टेड ऑफ पेइंग यू विल प्रीमियम, यू विल बी रिसीविंग प्रीमियम. बट डू नोट दैट देयर इज लिमिटेड प्रॉफिट टू बी मेड इन दिस पर्टिकुलर स्ट्रेटजी. इसमें लॉस is on, means the risk reward generally does not fit in this particular trade, but it is a trade which many prefer because you are not paying option premium, you are receiving the option premium, and people are more focused on the probability of success because there is higher probability of success in such type spread strategies. So like I mentioned, you will be selling something known as 22,500 put option, and in order to hedge it, you will be buying 22,300 put option as well. So it's a simultaneous trade. आपको एक एक लेग सेपरेट नहीं करना है, आपको दोनों लेग एक ही साथ करना है. Now coming to the other scenario, that is अगर आपका व्यू मंदी की तरफ है, आपको लग रहा है कि इंडेक्स में फिर भी सेलिंग प्रेशर रह सकता है, what you do is you sell an out of the money call option and you buy another leg to hedge it. So currently index is at 22,600 suppose. So you will be selling the 22,600 or 700 call option, and in order to hedge it, you will be buying a slightly out of the money call option as well. Because without hedge, if you just sell options, it can be quite risky. Risk काफी बढ़ जाता है. But when it's a hedge trade, your margin amount also comes down, and the exchange also gives you the benefit of a hedge trade, wherein the margins come down significantly. So instead of taking the naked risk just to add a few points, extra points, it's better to do a trade in a hedged manner, especially जब भी आप positional option selling कर रहे हो. It's always better to do in a hedged manner. So what you do in this particular trade is, आपका view मंदी की तरफ है. You have a negative view of the market. You will be selling 22,600 call option, and you buy the 22,800 call option. So इसमें आपको प्रीमियम रिसीव होगा. अगेन once again in these particular trades, risk reward generally does not fit. It's not such a great trade in terms of risk reward, but the probabilities of success tend to be slightly higher when the markets are absolutely sideways, or if the trend is absolutely one directional downwards. Then when you do not know कि अगर कितना और कंटिन्यू हो सकता है, बट आपको मालूम है कि डायरेक्शन डाउन साइड है, then these are good type of trades, because you will be ending up making money in the 66% chance of probability. Now coming to the crucial points, that what is the highest risk, कौन से strategies में high risk है and कौन से strategies में थोड़े कम risk है. So the highest risk associated in option trading is with naked selling of call options, followed by naked put options. ये दोनों सबसे riskiest strategies है. Without a hedge, it's better to avoid it, especially जब भी आप overnight आपका positions carry कर रहे हो. Always consider to do overnight when you trade in options or in futures for that matter. Always do it with the stop loss and in a hedged manner, because stop loss तो आपका jump होके ही जाएगा. Because if there is a 150 200 point gap up or a gap down opening, no one can रियली हेल्प यू आउट इन दैट सिचुएशन. मतलब टाइम बहुत कम मिलता है रिएक्शन के लिए, आपके पास समय ही बहुत कम मिलेगा. इमीडिएटली द मार्केट्स कैन कम इन योर फेवर, बट उस समय when you have to actually take the decision, that's the point of panic, and generally most of us will end up making the wrong decision within that 10-15 minute time frame itself. So better to, in order to better to avoid all this confusion, it's always better to do trades in a hedged manner. The other thing to note when you're trading in options is always maintain a stop loss. ये पहले स्पाइक्स हमने देखे हैं और अभी भी काफी बार देखने को मिलता है when you're trading in weekly options. अभी तो weekly options काफी सारी indices में बंद किए गए हैं, but still these type sharp moves can come at any point of time. How much ever we try to safeguard, we cannot safeguard from such type movements in the market. तो दोनों डायरेक्शन में आ सकता है, कॉल साइड भी आ सकता है, पुट साइड भी आ सकता है. शार्प वन डायरेक्शनल मूव्स इन द मार्केट वेर इन अ लॉट ऑफ स्टॉप लॉसेस गेट ट्रिगर्ड, एंड फिर वापस वही डायरेक्शन में मूवमेंट आ जाता है. बट you cannot predict whether the movement will come or no. We always have to maintain a stop loss. We have to protect our capital, क्योंकि मल्टीपल अपॉर्चुनिटीज आएंगे मार्केट में. वी डू नॉट हैव टू मेक मनी इन वन पर्टिकुलर ट्रेड इटसेल्फ. काफी बार मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस आएंगे आपको पैसा बनाने के लिए, बट फॉर दैट यू शुड बी एबल टू प्रोटेक्ट योर कैपिटल फॉर एबल टू टेकिंग मल्टीपल ट्रेड्स, and that can only be done in options by maintaining strict stop loss and protecting your trades. This is the last slide. Always when you're doing trading in options, do it with a stop loss. जब भी मार्केट में वॉलेटिलिटी बढ़ जाता है, कंसिडर टू रिड्यूस योर लिवरेज पोजीशंस. जब भी मतलब एक्स्ट्रा ऑर्डिनरी शार्प मूवमेंट्स आता है, व्हेन इट इज एक्सट्रीमली चैलेंजिंग टू प्रेडिक्ट कौन से डायरेक्शन में मूवमेंट आ सकता है, दैट टाइम इट इज बेटर टू रिड्यूस द लिवरेज. इफ देयर इज वन डायरेक्शनल मूवमेंट, देन डेफिनेटली टेक बेनिफिट ऑफ लिवरेज एज वेल, क्योंकि काफी कम अपॉर्चुनिटीज आते हैं मार्केट में वेर इन दी वॉलेटिलिटी इज वन डायरेक्शनल, either on the long side or the short side. And last is hedge strategies. These are strategies wherein you limit your losses in the market. when there is a gap up or a gap down opening and the trade goes against you, आपके फेवर में आ जाता है, then there is no problem. You will be losing out on a bit of capital when it is a hedge trade. It's like an insurance premium. आपको मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा कभी आपको ज़रूरत पड़ेगी, लेकिन जब भी ज़रूरत होती है उसकी, it definitely comes in your favor. So that is how hedge strategies work out, and always consider to do them when you're doing positional trading in the option segment. That's an end of today's session. Thanks to all our friends for taking the time out and having attended this session. Now on Friday also, I mean on Thursday also, we have another webinar which is lined up. That is 27th. That is hedging strategies that my colleague Ashwin Ramani will be taking on Thursday. So whoever has joined, please join in for that particular session as well. It's a very good session, especially in the current market scenario, how to hedge your positions in the market. So thank you. And now we could have a brief Q&A session. So participants who have any queries regarding the topic itself, so if you have any questions regarding the particular topic, please do ask us. Thank you. So there is a question from Gaurav. Can you share the expiry date of all the index and lot size? So this is a very simple thing. See, even if I tell it now, it may be difficult to remember it. आप अगर NSE के वेबसाइट पे जाओगे, you can clearly see if you click on the contract description, कोई भी underlying product का, you will get the lot size, you will get the contract value, everything. So for the large contracts, everyone will know the basic contract size. तो निफ्टी का जो lot size है, that is currently 75. Previously ये 25 था, तो उधर से रिवाइज होके currently it has been made 75. सेंसेक्स का जो ऑप्शन है विच वी हैव लॉन्च्ड इन द लास्ट फ्यू मंथ्स, उसका लॉट साइज 20 का है, दैट इज 20. Previously the lot size for Sensex options was 10. So likewise for Bank Nifty it has been revised, for Fin Nifty it has been revised, but the trading volumes in these particular products has also reduced in the last few months, because now there is only monthly expiries for Bank Nifty and Fin Nifty. The expiries are all on the same date now. अभी कोई confusion का है नहीं उतना. सेंसेक्स बीएससी सेंसेक्स के जो भी ऑप्शंस है वो ट्यूसडे को एक्सपायर होते हैं. जो निफ्टी के जो एक्सपायरी है वो हमेशा थर्सडे को होते हैं. प्रीवियसली देयर वाज डिफरेंट डेट्स एंड ऑल द कंफ्यूजन वाज देयर, बट now the contracts are all standardized with a single expiry date. So even though in the last week, if you are trading in Bank Nifty or Fin Nifty like today, the expiry will be on Thursday for Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, everything. Previously, everything had different dates of expiry. Now we have a single date. Yeah, so this is this is the question everyone wants to know. When will market start recovering and how long it takes? See, at present, let's be frank that there is definitely selling pressure which is there. Markets में pressure है. There is no two doubts about it. Even though the recovery may come, it may not be a major sustainable one. Uh, the key level to watch out, we have to trade the markets in terms of levels, because to predict complete recovery of the markets, one directional is next to impossible. So we have to treat it in terms of levels. The main level to watch out for on the upside is 23,400. अभी इंडेक्स ट्रेड हो रहा है 22,600 के लेवल्स पे. So till the time the markets does not recover about 23,400, the trend is expected to remain on the downside from a short term perspective. और नीचे में जो मेन सपोर्ट है दैट इज क्लोजर टुवर्ड्स 22,300 22,400 लेवल्स. सो ये एक की लेवल रहेगा अगले शॉर्ट टर्म के लिए. See, to tell that is a very challenging thing. To can I buy contracts of 13th March or in Thursday's trading session? I'll explain the reason for this. See, we may go right in terms of our direction. What I'm saying is, we suppose you buy a call option. We buy 22,900 call option because the premiums also are very costly. So you would consider to buy something slightly out of the money. You will buy 22,900 call option of 13th March expiry. The premium itself may be 200 rupees. Just I'm just giving an example per se. तो आपका ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट जो है दैट इज 23,100. तो निफ्टी में भले एक 300 पॉइंट का भी मूवमेंट आ सकता है ऊपर के डायरेक्शन में, बट इफ इट इज नॉट एबल टू सस्टेन and once again the market continues on the downside, still even though you have got a 300 point recovery in the market, you will not be able to make significant profit from that particular trade. So till the time there is a complete recovery in the market, or a particular clean trend on the upside, it is better to do short-term intraday trading rather than large positional trades, because the overall trajectory of the market still continues to remain majoritively on the negative side. That is, the bearish trend of the markets continue to remain, and there are always opportunities. See, I am not saying that even in a bearish trend pullbacks do not be there. काफी बार क्या होता है, पूरे दिन में एक 200-300 पॉइंट का रिकवरी भी आता है, बट द बेटर वे टू ट्रेड इट इज डूइंग स्कैल्पिंग, trying to capture 60-70 points during the intraday trades, rather than forecasting that the next 700 points will be on the upside or not, because that has not come since the mid of December. We have seen only selling pressure in the markets, and it's better to be not the first ones to predict the upside. Everyone wants to catch the bottom of the market and make significant returns, but that is a very challenging thing and a very risky strategy to play out. Rather wait for a bit of confirmation in the market. It's better to let go of the first 300-400 points. There's nothing loss in that, but once the trend is much more clear, it's better to take positional trades from 2 expiries or 3 expiries away. uh, So we have a question from Siddharth Malik. So even I read the consultation paper. आज ही मैंने paper थोड़ा पढ़ा. It's not that I have read the main thing that they are trying to do is in stock options also, quite a few stock options, the volumes tends to excessively spike out. मतलब उनका market cap से काफी, मतलब many quantum times the derivative contract positions are significantly higher than the market capitalization of the particular stock, especially in counters where the stock price is less, like suppose a Vodafone or a Yes Bank previously. So what the exchange wants to do is they want to reduce the number of contracts which are traded to a certain limit of the market capitalization of the particular counter. They do not want excessive speculation in any one particular stock. So that is what basically, or the broad outline is, and they want to do like how cash segment में pre-open रहता है, they want to do it for the futures also. This is what I broadly read. This is not that I have completely read the entire consultation paper, but we'll have to see. These are all just these are in the initial stages. What actually comes out is the most important thing for us. And stock options, we do not have to worry much. More or less, there is very lot of opportunities over there. It's multiple stocks. So even though few stocks where there is excessive speculation, if that comes down, the majority of the trading which happens in the option side is mostly in the index options itself. Yeah. So with that, there are no further questions on the particular topic. Thank you to all our friends who have joined today's session. Thank you so much for having taken out the time and attended today's session. We have another session on futures hedging, as well as hedging the entire topic itself on Thursday. So please do join in for that session as well. thank you to all our friends for having taken the time out and having attended the session. Thank you so much.